And this is George
Hi.
Chittenden, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wonderful. And Oshra, excited with us behind the camera, excited to be in the Bodø Cathedral. And greetings from James D. Hicks, our common friend, who is traveling the Nordic countries, of course, all year round and playing Nordic journeys, okay? And we will be also performing at Bodø Cathedral on Wednesday, Lithuanian-Ukrainian program in commemoration of liberation of Norway this special week.
Is that a fire organ?
Yeah, it is, but it's all controlled from the main console.
So tell us a little bit about the cathedral, please.
Well, the cathedral that's here was built in 1956, a modern style of building, a typical post-war style. It's the first time there was a cathedral here, because what was here beforehand, which I think actually you can see on this picture here, was the old parish church for the centre of Bodø, and that was destroyed in the bombings in the Second World War. So after World War II was finished, the diocese of Hålogaland was split into two, and so Tromsø retained its cathedral in the northern Hålogaland diocese, and then he created a new diocese of southern Hålogaland, where Bodø was the seat. So this cathedral was built in the middle of the 50s. But the organ console over there is probably more like fun, because you get this big acoustic. It's almost like a kind of the English or French cathedral feeling, but I find it harder to play. I find that you have to, if you play fast music, you can play used to the pedal action there. It is also movable, but so it depends on the repertoire and what you feel comfortable with. But most people. Organ layout where all the stops are. So here we have all the pedal stops.
Okay.
And here we have all of the couplers, including some super and sub, and some more couplers here. Then all the red stops here, the hovedverk or the Hauptwerk, the great. So all the red stops here, which are here. Then I can show you on this side, all the blue stops are the positive or the choir organ.
Okay.
And then I often treat the organ more like a large 3-manual organ than a 4-manual. So the 3rd manual and the 4th manual, I often couple them together with the koppel 4 to 3.
Okay.
And so basically the green stops as everything up here, like a swell, and then the purple stops up here, also a swell.
Yeah.
But I often just treat it all as one manual coupled together.
Sure.
But yeah, that's,
and it's easier to reach, of course.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the final thing I didn't show you here is that these brown ones here, these are the choir organ up there. And I find particularly the celestes are much warmer and more usable than the celestes actually on the swell. And the choir organs up. So this and I find, for example, even in combination with stop from this side. And that blend from a flute here and the celestes there works quite well. Whereas these celestes on here are a bit more strident. So it depends what you're aiming for. You can do almost anything on here, but it's quite a loud instrument in many ways. So what we tend to say to animals. And the tuba doesn't work. We never had it installed. So otherwise, I think we have everything is self-explanatory. We have the three pedals of the waltzer, which I almost never use, but it could be useful for some things.
And then this is the sequencer, yes.
Yeah, exactly. And so to go forward is
Oh, okay.
you can press. There's all these buttons
Okay.
here. And they all go forward, as does this goes forward,
Okay.
and that one there, and that one. However, if you want to go back, the
It's
options
that one,
are
yes.
more
Okay,
limited.
okay, that's okay.
This goes.
We
back.
will just go,
Yeah,
you know, up.
yeah, and that goes back as well. But it's much easier to go forward
Yes,
than
sure,
to go back.
of course.
And then
Uh,
from here, this MIDI thing, you can't really hear it very well with the door closed, but this actually controls the bells outside.
so you can play bells with it. That's nice.
I wonder if we open the door
yes.
there, we might hear it. It's hard to hear with the door closed. Yeah. So just so you know what that does.
Can you play it one more time?
Yeah. So this is.
Carillon.
Yeah, the carillon.
Okay.
And so everyone in the city will.
You will hear.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. So that's what that one does. So otherwise, I think it's everything.